Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here and I'm with Hunter and Evan and we are at Magic Mountain today. It's nice to get back here after our trip to Ohio, or at least my trip to Ohio. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun today. We're actually heading to X2 first, then we're gonna probably hit up Tatsu depending on the lines. Hopefully they're not too bad. The park actually looks pretty dead today, even though it's Membership Appreciation Day. A lot of people are at the water park though, for sure. A lot of people are at Hurricane Harbor. But then after Tatsu, we're probably gonna look at West Coast Racers and then go all the way to Twisted Colossus. That's like the bare minimum we want to do today. But we're only gonna be here for about 4 hours or so, so we're definitely not gonna have a long day. But with how empty it is, we might actually get a lot done. So let's go see if that can happen. First stop on this mighty hot day. X2. Hunter's excited, it looks like. So we might end up hitting up Viper after this ride on X2. But dang, is it hot. You can see the sun right there. Says it's only about 90 degrees, but man, that sun, whew, it's killer. Wow, something I wasn't expecting today. Complete walk-on. Yeah. X2, back row, outside seat. Whew. 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 Not even that rough either. Hunter sat the row ahead of us in the inside. He said it was one of the worst rides he's ever had, for sure.
It cracks my neck very badly.
So, maybe it's just a tale of rows, but not a, like, unsmooth ride from back outside, which is ridiculous. But Evan got a back row ride for the first time, same with me.
Incredible.
It was amazing. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, that's one thing I will say. Cedar Point, you don't have this. Wow, that was incredible. But now let's go over to Tatsu probably, because that's the next closest major ride we want to get on. So while walking up to Tatsu, we ran into some nightmares set up for the Fright Fest scare zone over here. Some new props, including this mushroom that's eating a hand. But yeah, kind of cool to see this without all the mist and without all the scare actors everywhere. So it's just kind of crazy that they're already setting up for Fright Fest. Like, they're already preparing for it in many different spots of the park. We've already seen multiple different props, not just here, but at the front of the park as well, apparently. So next up, Tatsu. After actually quite pleasant run into the bathroom, the bathrooms up here are looking great, actually. It's super clean and everything. And look who we ran into. It's Dorian. Anyways, let's go on to the Flying Beast, Tatsu. So, Tatsu was fantastic in front row as usual. Bottom of the pretzel loop, a little jolty, just a little bit of a B&M rattle. But we also met up with Sammy, as well as Dorian. You saw Dorian earlier, but Sammy is here too. But yeah, now we're actually gonna go to Roaring Rapids, because it has the shortest wait we've ever seen for it, first of all. And second of all, it's the perfect day to do it. It's super hot, but with no wait, might as well do it. So we're gonna actually buy a locker right next to Tatsu, and then get on Roaring Rapids for the first time in a long time. So we just grabbed our stuff from the locker. It's a great thing that we actually put everything in a locker, because Roaring Rapids absolutely destroyed us. I should have brought swim shorts just for that ride. There was points where I felt my entire bottom half was submerged. Let's just say that. And at the end of the ride, good 4 inches of water.
Yeah.
Pooled up underneath her feet. By far the wettest ride I've ever been on, and that was not even the most wet ride I've had on that. The waterfalls weren't even working today. Last time I went on it, the waterfalls were working. It got both halves of me soaked, not just the bottom. But crazy. If you can, hot day, Roaring Rapids is a perfect ride for it.
Right now for the entire day.
Of course, usually lines are pretty crazy for it when most people go. Where today it was 5 minutes, which is ridiculous because it's like 95 degrees. It makes no sense. So up by where Full Throttle has the turnaround, the Samurai Summit walkway, they are doing some repaving, it looks like, up here. So that's actually really great news. All right, well, to check out some more West Coast Racers construction, we are going on our second water ride in a row, the second in the park as of right now. Tidal Wave I don't think is open. Yeah, we're actually gonna, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Might as well, but we're gonna get some great views. West Coast Racer in a second. Well, after that ride on Jetstream, now the top half of my body is wet. So I've got both halves sopping, and yeah. Anyways, yeah, Jetstream. Whew, all wet today, which actually is perfect for today.
Like a year and a half old, but
just to give you guys an idea of how hot it is and how wet it is, this is Evan. Yes, this is Evan's butt. He got up 30 seconds ago and it is already drying up completely. So yeah, it's hot, but also we're very wet. All right, next stop. Honestly, a favorite of mine, I would say, at this park, Gold Rusher. It's just classic, good old aero fun. And honestly, if you're not on a wheel seat, it's pretty freaking smooth for how old it is too. But Gold Rusher, one of my favorites, especially second to back row, is fantastic. Definitely not the most stunning coaster or anything, but just good old, it's a great family coaster, I would say, and has some great terrain interaction as well. But let's get on Gold Rusher. So we just stopped for a quick snack. These two used their dining plans and the pizza, but Hunter bought some fries and a drink, and it ended up being $11.50. I kind of hate to say this, but that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it is a lot of fries, but $11.50.
Than the fries. Wait.
So after finishing our quick snack, bless you, Dorian, Green Lantern, we'll talk a little bit about that a little later on, but they are dislodging a piece of track that will be soon called Viper at La Ronde. At least that's probably how you say it. I don't know French. Anyways, we're going on Justice League because it's a perfect dose of AC as well as it's a walk-on. Also, we get to settle our food a little bit. And Riddler's Revenge has finally opened up. It just opened up after replacing its chain lift about last week or so. And yeah, so we'll go on Riddler's right after Justice League. So after the first pre-show, we got to the second, and then somebody over the loudspeaker saying reset, hands up, reset. So seems Justice League probably went down, but we're just stuck in the second pre-show room with no Cyborg interlog or whatever, so I don't know what's gonna happen. We're just kind of stuck here. Well, I guess Cyborg has no pre-show for us today. That's okay though. At least we're getting on the ride, it seems. Alrighty, next up, the loudest B&M I know of, Riddler's Revenge. I actually had quite a good ride on Justice League. That thing is so underrated in my opinion. One of the best shooting dark rides I've ever been on, for sure. But Riddler's, my favorite stand-up. Let's go. Just rode this beauty in the 7th row. I love stand-up coasters. I really do, especially this one. Like, Riddler's is honestly super underrated in my opinion. I mean, maybe not in the stand-up lineup, but like in just this lineup in general, Riddler's is definitely one of those rides that really I appreciate a heck of a lot. Since it is a dying breed, first of all, but second of all, just because of how good it is. It's really fantastic. So sadly, we will not be able to do the trifecta of water rides at the park today because Tidal Wave just went down and they just drained the flume. So, and speaking of other rides that are down, Crazanity is down. Supposedly the motor's having some problems. So it has not been going all day, but it was testing a little earlier today, but it couldn't make it past the supports. So we'll see what happens. But now we're all gonna go for one last ride, and that is Twisted Colossus. Might as well get on, one of our favorites here. So we've made it over to DC Universe. You can see City Under Siege is returning as the scare zone over here. Already props out, for sure. Hi, Superman. How are you? Oh, doing okay, apparently. But yeah, so First Aid Building, by the way, in other news, is looking to be completed, and it's looking fantastic, actually. Really nice with the new paint on it. And speaking of more scare zones, they've already set up everything for the scare zone in the Scream Punk district. Quite grotesque, I would say, to be leaving out right now. Just kind of for all your guests to see. But, I mean, it's set up, ready to go for in 2 weeks' time. It does seem a little premature to put all these up in, 2 weeks prior. But, it's cool to see everything out. It definitely is saying one of the best times of the year is coming up right now. So we actually just had one of the best rides I've had on Twisted Colossus in a long time. Definitely a stark contrast to Steel Vengeance, I would say, for sure, easily. But we just ended up having to leave the crew, Dorian, Sammy, Cliff, and John. Actually, Cliff, you can check him out on his Instagram, @AnalogThrills. He's got some amazing pictures. Definitely check him out. Like, some of the best pictures I've seen on Instagram for coasters. But we dueled on the second lap with 2 train operations. We also waited only about 20 minutes. It really is an empty day today. It was probably the best day to come, at least before Labor Day weekend officially starts tomorrow. But I'm surprised it was empty. It's a membership day, so people could get people in free if they have a membership. But apparently that didn't get tossed around too much by the actual membership holders because there's not that many people here. The longest wait we had all day was Twisted Colossus, 20 minutes. And we got a duel. We got a duel in the second half. Like, almost perfect duel. It was great. So, as we're walking out, we actually just ran into Dwayne. It was awesome seeing you again, who I also met on the 3rd of July. But I want to talk about this. WWE 2K18, the booth has finally been removed, but now there's a photo wanted booth, at least that maybe I've never seen before, but it's there. See? It's over there. So, as we're walking out of Six Flags Magic Mountain today, absolutely fantastic day. We've only been here for like 3.5 hours or so, and we got so much done. One of the emptiest days I've seen in a long time, and it's surprising because it's literally the last day before Labor Day weekend. This is the Friday of Labor Day weekend technically, but it was completely dead inside the park today, and we got enough done that would warrant a 12-hour park visit, in all honesty, on some days, at least for like Fright Fest and Holiday at the Park when it gets busier down at the later end of the year. Super fantastic day so far. I mean, now we've got a 2-hour drive at least home, but yeah, it was awesome. So just watching Twisted go around, and it's reminding me of that almost perfect duel we had finally after so many months of wanting one. And oddly enough, with 2 train operations, it was really weird. The green side, actually, the chain slowed down significantly. We were moving at around 1 mile an hour at one point, if that, and it just ended up working out perfectly. I think the operators had something to do with it, but thank you to the operators that made it happen. It was really cool to experience that once again. But as the blue side is going down the drop, I'm gonna have to bid y'all adieu because we're heading out. So it was great to meet up with everybody today. Cliff, Dorian, Sammy, John, awesome to see you all in person again. It's been a while for some of you. You know who I'm talking about. But anyways, next park I will be visiting is SeaWorld on this Sunday to check out Electric Ocean. So make sure to stay tuned for some videos about that. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.